what you need to say. Say what you need to say. It's better to say too much than never to say what you need to say. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's another Wednesday, another walk and talk. Thank you for tuning in today, even though technically I'm not doing a lot of walking and talking right now. I'm in the house again. As you can tell by the title, this is a not so walk and talk part 2 because, well, it's not raining outside. It's actually very gloomy and windy. So that's why I'm not doing the walk and talk in the park today. Well, I walked a little bit, like halfway down my street, and the wind was just so strong in all directions. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get any audio out here. So anyways, no biggie. I will still answer the questions that I got today. Aside from that, I also have to announce the new tenant in the box of awesome. And then I have a special like Christmas thank you appreciation sort of video for some of you out in internet world, a couple of my friends and stuff. I will link all of those at the end of this video, but first we have to get to the questions, so let's get to them. Okay, the first question is a video response coming from the Steel Roses, my good friend Rosie, all the way from Thailand, and she asked,
Hey Ray, it's Rosie here, and my question for your walk and talk is, if you had to devise a plan to catch Santa Claus, how would you do it and what would you use? Not that I'm gonna use it against Santa Claus and blackmail him for all his presents or anything. Alright, see you later, Ray. Bye.
okay, so if I had to devise a plan to catch Santa Claus, okay. Well, that wouldn't be too hard. I just lure him in the same way you would normally lure Santa in. Milk and cookies, an open chimney, and I just have a, what are those traps called? There's a lasso on the ground, and as soon as someone steps in that area, it kind of flings him up. But then, just in case he's too heavy, I'd also have a net underneath that would also wrap around him and then keep him still until I got there. Christmas morning. That would be that'd be how I do it. and Rosie, if you can pull all those contraptions off, by all means go ahead and use that technique. But thank you, Rosie, for the fun holiday question. I loved it. I hope to hear more questions from you in the future. I just love your accent. I truly do. Just like I like Alright Jess's accent. But anyways, thank you very much again, Rosie, and we will move on to the comment questions. Okay, the first comment question comes from my friend Nate, aka Jerg08. And I just kind of tripped there. Nate asked me, what is your ideal 3-course Christmas meal? Well, it's very similar to the Thanksgiving meal. My ideal 3-course would begin with a soup. I don't know what kind of soup really, and some good rolls, and then a nice honey glazed ham would be the main course. And then for dessert, I don't know, cheesecake, I guess. Some holiday cheesecake, I don't know. Food, I'm just not very picky as long as it tastes good, you know what I mean? But thank you, Nate, for the question. And we move on to the next one, which comes from Alex D Vlogs, and he asked, if you were a big-time movie director, what would be your first movie idea, and who would you cast as your lead actor and actress? I think that was the question. Well, first and foremost, I'm not going to express or explain my first movie idea on the internet because I don't want anyone taking it. Not that I'm saying that any of you guys will, but I don't know who's watching me all the time, so I don't want somebody in Hollywood or whoever to take my idea, use it, and I can't express it the way I want it to. So I'm not gonna tell you my idea. I will say it's gonna be an action sort of movie, and I guess I can tell you who I'd cast for my lead actor and actress. I would actually very much so like Matt Damon or Leonardo DiCaprio to be the lead dude in my movie. And the lead actress, I want to choose between Scarlett Johansson or Amanda Seyfried. One of those two. And there wouldn't be really no romantic interest between those two in my movie. There's really no romantic interest there. Just, it's kind of like an espionage kind of story. It's a story I've had brewing in my head for a long time as far as action movies and kind of almost borderline spy movies. Hence, I like Matt Damon to be in it because he's done all those Bourne Identity movies. So yeah, those would be the people I choose to be my leads. But again, I won't tell you the exact idea I have. Like I said, I wanna be the one that makes this. I don't want anyone anyone else taking it from me. So, but thank you very much, Alex, for the question, and we will go ahead and get to the next one, which comes from Master Juggalotus, and he asks, what's the one thing you want most for Christmas? And honestly, I wouldn't say I'm very materialistic, because I mean, I like having good things. I'm not gonna lie, I like having a good guitar, or a PlayStation 3, and camera equipment, but honestly, the one thing I'd really want most for Christmas is I'd want to have a house that me and Tiffany can live in, because I want her to be happy, I want her to be comfortable, and she really wants to get back in her own place really bad. So if I could have any one thing for Christmas, I'd want to have our own house and be stable again like we were before all this happened, and because I ultimately want Tiffany to be happy. That's just how I feel. I'm one of those guys that really believes that if you really love somebody, you'll give them what they want, even if it's something that you might not agree with, or if it's something that you don't want to do, and that's how I feel. So yeah, that's what I would want for Christmas the most. And thanks, man, for the question. And I'm gonna go ahead and get to the next one, which I think the next two questions, because they're kind of similar, they come from Eric TV 365 and Alright Jess. They kind of ask similar questions. Eric TV's is kind of long, so I'm gonna have to read it here. He asked, recently I've noticed a lot of trolls/jerks on the web, specifically Twitter and YouTube, towards some of my favorite bloggers. What would you do to these trolls to make them become better people and not such jerks? And then Alright Jess went on to ask, how do you feel about bullying or naysaying on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook against other vloggers? Firstly, with Eric's question, what would I do to these trolls to make them not such jerks? Well, there's nothing I can really do, because the most you can do for people is tell it like it is. The most you can do is tell them the truth, tell them how you feel about it, but it can't ultimately change them. The only people that can make any change in their lives is themselves, because some people get a kick out of it, some people do it because they just don't care, some people do it because they really enjoy, causing misery, and you can't just break that out of somebody by telling them, hey, that's wrong, it takes a lot to change that. And that's why I don't get into it with trolls, because I think a lot of them are almost lost causes, because they're just so stuck in seeing the world in a negative way, or at least the internet, that they won't listen to anybody. All I can really do with regards to trolls is, ignore them and let them say what they have to say, and hopefully they'll just go away as long as they don't get any response. Don't feed the trolls. I mean, unless you know the person personally, the best thing that you can do if you know the person is tell them completely how you feel. Like, give them your whole and honest, sincere opinion, and let them go from there. If they want to take that and say, you know what, you're right, I think I'm in the wrong, and they try to change, that's not on you, that's on them. They have to make that decision, not you. And to go and answer Alright Jess's question, I hate it. I hate bullying, period. Whether it's in real life, whether it's cyberbullying, especially when it's personal stuff. I say, if you've got something going on with somebody, specifically one other person, keep it personal. If you really want to tell them over the internet how you feel, at least do it in a private message. If you blab it out all over the internet, the person ends up looking like an idiot, is you. It's like saying, oh, I'm calling him out because he's too immature to confess, so I'm calling him out on the internet. And I'm just like, there's so much wrong with that statement. I mean, like, if this person's got a problem with you, and that's why he's not saying anything out loud, because his problem is only with you. So, I don't know. One of the things about the internet that's so great is you can always turn it off. If you don't like what you're reading, if you don't like what you're watching, shut it off. That's what I guess everyone should do. Just turn your cheek. But anyways, guys, thank you for the similar questions, and we shall get to the next ones. Alyssa Scott asked 2 questions this week. The first one is, why did your parents move from the Philippines, and do they miss it? And honestly, not really. My real father is still in the Philippines. My mother obviously is here, and she doesn't really miss it. If anything, she just misses family. And we go ahead and move on to her second question, where she asked me, what did you ask from Santa this year, and naughty or nice? Well, personally, I asked Santa to get me a Red Ryder BB gun, but he told me I'd shoot my eye out. So, I'm kidding. Now, I asked him for more film equipment and a bigger house that we can move into, that I can set up a studio in. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I asked Santa for. And naughty or nice? I'd have to say naughty, but in a nice way. That's it, that's my answer. Naughty, but in a nice way. But thank you, Alyssa, for the questions. And we will go ahead and get to the next one, which comes from Pyro Phoenix VA, and he asks, what is the one genre of movie that you wouldn't do? Obviously not the adult entertainment industry, definitely not going in there. I don't know, I want to say sci-fi, but I wouldn't mind making an alien movie, so I don't know. And I like horror, so I'd probably do one of those. I like action drama, comedy. I'm really not closed-minded to do a lot of genres. Like if I have an idea and it's in the realm of this genre, you know, I have no problem making it. So I can't really say, but for sure I would never do anything in the adult industry, that's for sure. But thank you for the question anyways. And we move on to the last one, which comes from the KY Pyro, or the Kentucky Pyro. And he asked, how many hours a week do you dedicate to Believe in Fate? I'll pretty much tell it to you this way. This is my normal week schedule that I have, and I try to keep to this. I don't always, but I try to keep to this. Starting on Sunday, I upload the vlog that morning, do all the annotations and everything, and then that afternoon, I'm pretty much free to answer comments, things like that. Monday is usually my day off, but sometimes I'll sit down and I'll write skits or scripts for them. Monday night, I compile all the questions for the walk and talk. I download all the video responses. I cut out all the comments from the comment page and I highlight the question out of the comments and save them so that they're ready for editing the next day. Then Tuesday, if the weather holds up, Tuesday mornings, I shoot the walk and talks. Then I edit them the second I get home, have it ready, and then Wednesday, I upload the walk and talks, do all the annotations, spend most of the afternoon commenting and posting the video out on Facebook, Twitter, all that other good stuff. And then Thursday and Friday are the days that I have to either finish writing the script and finish shooting the skit for the next vlog intro. Sometimes I'm very last minute, because sometimes it'd be like Friday night when I end up shooting the skit, but I take these 2 days to write and shoot and all this other stuff. And then Friday, if I have already shot it, I'll use Friday to edit it, so that on Saturday when I shoot the recap and I edit the entire vlog, I don't have to worry about the intro anymore. All I gotta do is take the finished intro, place it at the beginning, then the rest of the vlog, you know, put it all together and render it. And then so Saturday night, the whole entire vlog is done, ready for upload Sunday morning, and then the cycle continues. And then amidst all of these things, depending on when Tiffany's day off is, you know, I'll go out and we'll vlog, or we'll go do something, we'll run errands. So in between all those little instances where I'm not doing much or I don't have to do much, I'm usually vlogging. So this is pretty much like a full-time job for me. My mind's constantly working on what can I do next, or any other ideas like collabs and future projects, things like that. So yeah, it does get kind of hectic at Believe in Fate Productions. But there you go. Definitely a lot of hours, man hours put into this. A lot of dedication. But even though it seems like I'm busy all the time, I do enjoy doing this work. There's nothing that I can really say that's bad about it. I mean, aside from the long hours, I mean, I do love working on videos and editing and things like that. So it's really worthwhile. And thank you very much for the question. And we go ahead and get to the updates and my new tenants, so let's do that. Okay, first and foremost, I want to thank all of you that submitted questions this week, and I also wanted to say a big congrats to the winners of my contest. If you haven't seen that vlog, I'll put a link at the end of this video. And aside from that, I also have a video that I'm uploading along with this walk and talk, which is kind of like a Christmas, New Year's thank you appreciation video, and it's actually dedicated to a lot of my friends or people that have made a difference to me this year, and that will be linked at the end of this video. But I honestly don't recommend all of you go and watch it unless you received a message from me saying that, you know, I uploaded that video, because if you watch the main video that's linked here, you'll understand why. But there's just like 24 people that are directly involved with this video that I have direct videos for. So yeah, it's not really for everybody, but just select people that have really stood out to me this year, and just wanted to say thanks. So yeah, that will be linked at the end of this. Check your inbox for a message to go and watch that, because if you receive one, then you should definitely go and check it out. But other than that, I also have to announce the new tenants that will be staying in my box of awesome for the next 7 days. And the new tenant is the Steel Roses. Her answer to last week's question of, you know, what was your favorite Christmas song, was Coldplay's Christmas Lights. And the reason I picked that was because I haven't heard that song before. So I went and I looked it up, and I love it now. I really, really like that song. So thank you, Rosie, for introducing me to that. You can go ahead and move into my box of awesome ASAP, and I hope you enjoy your next 7 days there. And if you would like to see yourself in the box of awesome for 7 days, all you have to do is answer the comment question of the week. And this week's question is, what do you want for Christmas and or the new year? Leave your answer in the comment section below, or in a video response if you want to be fancy, and I will pick one of you to be in my box of awesome next week. But until then, you guys, I will leave you with that. I want all of you to know that you are the best friends and subscribers in the entire world. Don't forget to check out the links at the end of this video, and as always, guys, keep on vlogging.